Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today will be a discussion on taking care of a parent who has dementia. Let me start by saying that a couple of years ago, before moving to Georgia, when I was still in North Carolina, I took on the task of taking care of my dad. My mom had relocated back to where she's from, South Carolina. And being that she and my dad were separated, he was left in New York, and I was also still in New York with my two children who were very young at the time. So therefore, when my dad got to the stage of dementia, I was the one who was there, who was taking care of him. At that time, it was very, very, very hard because this was my first time dealing with someone who had dementia. Also, I had gotten married, so it was equally hard or doubly hard to try to maintain a marriage and also deal with my dad. Um, Long story short, I ended up getting out of that marriage because I felt that it was unfair to him because I could not give my time to him. Number one, my children, were still at an age where they needed me. And more so, my time was being spent, dealing with my dad. So, with that being said, it was hard for me being that I did not know what dementia was about at the time. I was still in my late 40s. I was in my late 40s. So that was a first time thing for me. Thank God I had a cousin who I'm very, very close to, who is also a nurse. So she's used to that. So she helped me along the way. But I can say that it was a very hard task to deal with, and it almost brought me to the point of where I had a nervous breakdown. Um, at that time, I was very heavily into church. I had a lot of relationships and people that I could reach out to within the church. One of those people happened to be one of the intern pastors that was there, and he and I had a conversation. Within that conversation with him, a light bulb just went off in my head with the statement that he made to me, which was, you cannot overextend yourself and you cannot get yourself sick behind this situation. Yes, in the Bible, it does say to honor your parents, but you have to be in good health to do so. If you're not in good health, it's not going to be beneficial to you, your children, or your dad. So try to ease into it. Don't put your all into it all at one time, which I was so grateful. So now that we're here at current day, oh, and I'm sorry, my dad did end up passing away, and that's when I decided to move. At that time, I moved to South Carolina because I was told that my mom was starting with dementia as well. Once I did move down there, she was in the early stages of dementia, so it really wasn't that bad. So therefore, I was able to leave South Carolina, which was too slow for me, which is another story in itself. And that's when I also came down to Georgia to be closer to my son, being that he was in college. Now to present day, my mom's dementia has progressed. It has gotten to a point of where she should not be living by herself. Um, Physically, she is fine, for her age. She is currently 87. But the mental is really deteriorating. She's now at the point of where she is forgetting our names. She remembers our faces and knows who we are, but she cannot associate my children's name or my name. Every now and then she'll remember, but most of the time, she does forget. So at this point, I am her healthcare provider. I have her power of attorney. I handle all of her affairs as far as taking care of her bills. Being that the dementia is progressing so much so, I now bring her to Georgia for like about a month on in, until I'm able to transition her and get her used to being out of her home and with me under my care. The reason why it's taking a bit of time for me to make that transition for her is because once they get into dementia and they have been in a setting where they're used to being before they got into that state, that's basically all that they do know. So taking them out of their comfort zone and bringing them into something new and different um, could kind of trigger them to, let's say, be a little off. So prior to me making the transition that I'm making with her now, what I would do is drive 4 hours to South Carolina once a month, maybe stay there for a weekend or a couple of days. I would take her food shopping. Then I would prepare the food for her and store the food for her. I would clean the house, take her around to see her sisters, being that her memory is um, deteriorating. I just want to make sure that she does remember or see her sisters, within the transition. So currently, I'm in the process of thinking of relocating. Now that my son has graduated from college, I'm thinking of leaving Georgia. Not sure exactly where I want to go right now, but I am basically trying to get her used to being with me and me taking care of her. So as I said, she'll be coming back and forth to her home and also with me. Another reason why the process is a little slow is because she does have assistance with aids and things of that nature through Medicare. So I don't want her to lose the services until I am prepared and ready for her. So that's why I have her often going back and forth. But I also keep her with me because, like I said, physically she's fine. So when I have her with me, we're going out to eat. I might take her to see a little movie. I have her do things around the house because my mom is very active. She does not like to sit still. As long as the sun is shining, she has to be up and moving and about. We cannot sit in the house all day. That is a no-no, because then she's ready to get up and go home. She's so used to like being in her yard and doing things and being her own person and being independent. So I have to keep her that way when she's here as well. So normally when she's here, I'll let her clean up the house. So there isn't much for her to clean because I do have OCD. Um, I may let her prepare her own sandwich or, and things of that nature. And then to keep her busy and keep her active, I'll also take her outside. But it is very, 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 very hard. Now, on the medical side of it, if you are very close to your parent, and if you're not very close to your parent, it is hard to watch them transition from how they used to be to where they're at now. It's like they're children all over again. Even though my children are grown and they're out and about and doing their own thing, living their lives, working, my daughter has her own child. It's like I have another child at home, that I have to train and that I have to teach and that I have to take care of. And, statistically, looking at our world today, I am 57, and a lot of people within my age range are now taking care of their parents. And it's hard and it's sad to watch, but it I'm not going to say it's easy, but it does get a little easier. So at this point, like I said, I'm trying to do everything that I can for her. I am not the type of person that denies her from things that she wants to do, things that she wants to eat, places that she wants to go. Not trying to bring harm to her, but my logic is my mom will be 88 years old in 2025 in the month of May. Her time is limited here on this earth. So therefore, I want to make her happy while she's here. I'm going to let her eat what she wants to eat. I'm going to let her do what she wants to do, how she wants to do it, when she wants to do it. I just want her to be happy. Now, on the flip side of that, I do make sure that she eats properly: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, whatever it is that she wants, cookies, ice cream, sweet potato pie, ham hocks, hams, all of that. I let her eat what she wants to eat because I want her to be happy. I do make sure she takes her medications every day. So in that aspect, I just want her right now to live the life, you know, that she can. Also, when she is here with me in Georgia, I'm trying to get her in the mindset of living with me. So I'll say things to her like, "Oh, mom, let's go to the furniture stores today. Let's look around like for furniture because when you live with me, you're gonna have your own room. Oh, do you still like the color green? Because I'm gonna do your room. It's gonna be white and green. I'm gonna make it real pretty and bright, and things of that nature." And also, before I forget, those of you who do have your parents at home with you, with the dementia, there is a thing called sundowning. Once that sun goes down and it gets a little dark outside, something clicks in them where they do not know the difference between day and night, and it throws them into a frenzy. So that's where it comes in handy to have a routine for them and trying to get them settled for the night. So one of the things that I do with that is we're busy during the day. I get her to the point of where she is tired. So that way when we do come home, we'll watch a little TV. I'll give her her dinner. I'll go tell her, to wash up or take a little shower. And then I'll say, "Oh, mom, it's getting late now, so it's time for bed. So let's go to bed." And then I basically most of the times don't have any problems with her. But the transition is going and things are looking good. In the process of thinking now of where it is that I would like to relocate to. I have two places in mind, which will either be North Carolina or Texas. I'm also looking for a place that can benefit me as well because life still has to go on for me. But I also want to be in a place where it's going to be beneficial for her as well. So stay tuned and I will give you updates on my mom and the dementia. And also, there will be further videos as to where I decide to move and also when I do make that move. If you guys happen to have any questions or concerns, or if you would like to enlighten me on certain things, being that I am fairly new with this transition as well, please leave a comment in the comments below. Also, and I forgot to make mention in the last video, to please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much. And if you guys, like I said, have any questions for me, please leave me comments. Thank you so much, and hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day.